Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the European Crossover webinar. And we've seen a pretty huge move in the indices. Take a look here at the triple Qs. And I'll have to jump to the other screen to see S&Ps. Same here in the S&Ps. You can see they've even made all the way up to 4450. The huge move there. Let's see. Obviously, the NASDAQ, same thing here. Wow, pushed all the way nearly up to this 15,121. We got into the zone and almost made it into the upper portion of the zone. Ease back a little bit here. And for news today, we did have Spanish HICP final, which came in line at 1.1%. That was yesterday. We actually had the Italian HICP final come in. Now they have the year over year, but they haven't done the print. Always the Italian down is always late. They haven't done the month over month yet. We do get Eurozone trade balance. That'll be at the top of this next hour. And then we do get U.S. retail sales. That'll be a big one today at 8:30 Eastern. And we do get University of Michigan preliminary numbers. Forecast is for 73.1. They had 72.8 the last time. So that'll be it there. And as I said, huge move in the indices. We do have options expiration today. With that, we'll just go on and quickly jump into the bias chart. And FX hasn't really moved that much. We pared back a bit, from the lows in the euro and conversely highs in the dollar index, but nothing has really changed. So you can see here we had 1624, and that was a high 1624. I doubt it'll make it beyond too much further beyond that, but we'll go with the 1640. On the upside, on the downside, we'll keep the 1571. And moving on to the cable. We had 37.17. They had a pretty good run yesterday. They went up as high as 37.33 before paring back quite a bit. Here we are making another run. They'll see if they can goose these stops a bit here. I don't know if they can push up to 52, but that's where, if they do pop that, that's where the stops will take them. So we'll go with 37.52. And on the downside, right there, 36.73. Moving on now to the Aussie dollar. Pretty good run so far. Look at that. We talked about how we thought this might continue to move higher, but wasn't anything special. It's just that, remember, everybody was talking about, not everybody, but quite a few people talking about 68 cents, and we just couldn't break anymore. And so little by little, and then of course with the increase we've seen in base commodities across the board, well, that certainly opened the door for this to move higher. Don't know if it happens today, but it's only a matter of time before we get to 74.50. This is still bearish. We're gonna have to get above 74.50 before we start to change things around. Yes, on a short-term basis, looks pretty good. Had a pretty decent little run. But overall, we're just rallying in this bear market. Look at that. Support, we'll go with the wick right there. 73.85. Next up is the dollar yen. Whoa, we finally got up in here. Now we've talked about this before where the wicks are. That's 1439/51. 1367 is that monthly. And we kind of held the ground there. We bear back. This opened this door, so we'll go with it's actually gonna stick to that 1439.51. Support now is going to be this wick, which is 1341. And on to the cash dollar index. We had 93.68. We'll stay with that. And on the upside, that with 24, so 94.22 will stay right there. That'll remain the same. Moving on to Bitcoin. Usually on Fridays, we can fly through this because there just isn't very much movement leading into that. Although on the indices may be a little bit different, but all the other markets, there's been a change, but they've been within these levels. Bitcoin. Wow. This is really something else. Just when you think it looks like it's going to weaken, kaboom. Got to go right there with that close. 62,095. And support will go 57,693. Next is going to be S&Ps. That's some pretty good resistance right there. 44.40. Let's just call it 44.47. And you can see it right there on the 2-hour also. They can try and push a little bit higher, but we'll stick with that 44.47. And then support. $44.27. $44.21. Although it doesn't look like it wants to take that dip. We'll go with 44.21. Moving on to NASDAQ. This upper zone is 15,121. Although I think we've really stretched this thing overdone. We'll go with that 15,121. And we'll go 15,012 on the bottom. And this thing even took out these key volume levels there. We've got this low here at 15,004. Looks like a decent amount right there, 15,133. And the high mark on that one is 15,151. And the next mark is going to be gold. And we had 1798 yesterday, or 1797, but that 1802 had been a key about 6-8 weeks ago. Maybe actually I'd say about 8 weeks ago. So we'll go with 1802 here. And support we had for 1782. We'll keep that there. And lastly is going to be crude oil. Man, this is something else. I'm going to go just with today's high, which is 82.30. And support. Right there, 81.43. It's rather tight, but that would be immediate support, 81.43. And there we have it. We're able to fly through this stuff rather quickly. And boy, look at this NASDAQ though. They really got through some key volume. Now they did back again, but that was huge. But with options expiration, it's hard to stand in the way here, whether they're pushing through it. But these are the two that I see key here. Right there. There's been a heck of a move, just an absolute heck of a move. And there we have it. There's the bias chart. We'll get that posted into the room. Crude kind of paring back a little bit, but with the Friday, hard to think. And that looks like it's going to be it there. And we'll go back to the other screen. And you can see here with NASDAQ pushing this area here. Top of that zone is 15,121. And right there would be 15,132. But what's continued to drive this in the triple Qs, they just haven't wanted to pull back at all. I mean, it's just a little bit of hair and the futures come back down, but that's what just kept driving it yesterday afternoon. It just wouldn't pull back. So it's like they were force holding it up. But there's the bias chart. We'll get that posted to the room and we'll see you in there. And thanks for joining us here on the European Crossover webinar.